what kind of lovely day it is. Maybe in Alaska, the North Pole.
I like this weather. Hope everybody had a great holiday break. We're back at it. That's what I like to call Make It Happen Monday. This is Pro Painters presents Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez. We have some things to talk about today. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. And for the rest of you, how are we doing today? Oh man, I love that right there. That's how you got to start the day off sometimes. I know it may be snowing in some areas, maybe a little inclement weather, but it's still a lovely day. I hope everyone is doing well on this Make It Happen Monday. Mamba Mentality Monday. And how are you doing on this Monday? My, oh my, what a break we had, but it was a break that we needed. I think we needed it for our spirit, our soul, our heart, and our whole well-being. But I'm glad we're all back together. Most of us are back at work. Most folks that are already off on Mondays, congratulations. But you know what we have to do. Let's high-five it. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. You got to get in there for the real thing. I'm telling you, that hug is just as important as that kiss on the cheek, that pat on the rump roast, just that affection before you leave the house, whether it's from a human or non-human. That is needed. And if you live alone, I'm telling you, hug yourself. Just give it a shot. It's refreshing. It's rewarding. By golly, it just feels damn good. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Speaking of anniversaries, shout out to Pro Painters, my dude Robert, and his lovely, lovely wife, Miss Heather. Happy anniversary to you guys. OKC in the building. By the way, if you Pro Painters, let the professionals do the work in the Edmond, Oklahoma area, OKC. You can give them a call at 405-990-8521. Again, that's Pro Painters. Let the professionals do the work. Again, happy anniversary to Robert and Heather. And if you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you too. And if you just said, once I see snow, I'm not leaving the house. Damn Netflix and chill. You smoking and chilling. If you smoking and chilling, hollering at your boy, holler, say, what up? Hello to the folks that are following on Facebook. Hello. Hello to the folks that are, all right, not a problem at all. And hello to the folks that are following on Instagram as well as X/Twitter. And shout out to the folks on the TikTok. What up to my folks on TikTok that are taking a hello and gander, as well as to the folks on YouTube. Before we get into the show today, to the main discussion of the show, just a few things I want to put out there real quick before we get into the whole thing of me sweating and gyrating and making points you don't understand, but I do. I would like to thank again the guests we've been having on Wednesday's edition of the show, where I do a segment called Hometown Highlights. We've had 3 segments, and I would like to thank, first of all, Miss Sarah Duncan of Duncan Real Estate Team. If you're in that area of looking for a home or trying to, buy or sell your home or go through that process, again, Sarah Duncan of Duncan Real Estate Team, give her a call at 636-579-6934. She'll help you with that process. And also, I'd like to send a shout out to That Girl Cupcake, who has a very interesting very scantily clad adult themed calendar out there. So you can follow her on social media to find out more information about that. That Girl Cupcake. And last week we had Andre Cole, who came out here to talk about two magnificent programs, the Bounce Back Project, as well as Urban City Services. And they have an event going on today at 2 o'clock down on Broadway in St. Louis Avenue. I think starts at 12 o'clock. So there you have it right there. Again, I would like to thank those folks that have been a part of the Hometown Highlights segment that we do on Wednesdays. And if you are a person, I've reached out to a few more, waiting on to hear back some callbacks on folks. If you are a person that you want to consider yourself a hometown highlight, you don't actually necessarily have to own the business, but if you think you're doing something that should be highlighted in your progressions, in your path, and what you're doing with your passion in your neighborhood/community, please reach out to me. We'll make arrangements to have you on the show. So there you again, the Hometown Highlight folks. There it is. I think it was a peaceful, very peaceful gathering over the holiday. Family in town. Family you haven't seen in a long time. Family coming home from school or from the military. You know, that's one thing I do kind of miss when I was in the military. That coming home during Thanksgiving. Because that's a much longer break than Christmas in the military. I don't know about now, but back in the day, it was like that for sure. It definitely was like that. But I didn't see too many military folk coming home, because you should be proud wearing that uniform. You come home from the military, you know, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, there you go, hug your siblings and all that. But things have changed. But for the most part, I didn't feel guilty, but this morning, for breakfast, true story, I finished off my Thanksgiving leftovers for breakfast. That's what champions do. That's what champions do. And I'm not going down without a damn fight. Again, shout out to my cousin Bernetta. She put her foot, elbow, neck, and heart and love in that food that she prepared. And also, shout out to my nemesis in football, but my man at heart, my dude Charlie, who delivered some food on the day that I needed, college football Saturday. So it was amazing. Only thing I have left for is my Thanksgiving leftovers is one piece of pie and some whipped cream. That's going down tonight before the Monday Night Football game with the Cleveland Browns taking on my Denver Broncos. So there it is right there. You know, usually when we get news about something happening 6 months to 9 months, even year down the line in sports, something we got to watch or remember to stream or whatever, we forget about it. And a lot of people kind of forgot about the Friday NFL game, Black Friday sports. That started. But Friday, I want to call this Black Friday sports. It did not let us down. Friday, the day after Turkey Day, when you're sitting back with your Al Bundy pants on or wearing your mom's or your sister fraternity pants, you're comfortable. You're watching these football games, and I'm telling you what, all of it was fine. All of it was fine. From the understanding what happened with the Chicago Bears, which was much needed, you're fired, up into the way the games came out. But in that Kansas City Chiefs football game, we all said the same thing when we saw this happen on live TV. A gathering of referees. A gathering of referees. Anytime we see that as fans and we're sitting at home at a sports bar in our man cave or your she shed out there, wherever you may be at watching sports, anytime we see a gathering of refs, we know it's not going to go well. We know it's not going to go well. I'm not a Chief fan at all. I represent one band, one sound right here. That's it. I don't care. I live in St. Louis. You're damn right. You're damn right. You're damn right. I don't care. My father and mother told me I had the ability to choose who I wanted to as a sports team. But that Chief game, what did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? Are the Chiefs lucky or they're good? I think you need a combination of both. But I told you the later it gets in the year, meaning December and January, that's when it's all going to come together. So we have that. Also, did anyone take a look or a hint or a ganter at what happened in that Colorado game when they played OK State? I'm not talking about what Shedeur Sanders did. I'm not talking about the fact that it was Parents' Day and Dion prime time and his kid's mom and him don't get along. Not talking about that. Let's talk about Travis Hunter's girlfriend. Disrespectful. I just don't understand how that transpired. Did you see Travis Hunter's girlfriend? The body language. Let me get this straight. You're in the stands or you're close to the field. Your man is playing one hell of a season, one hell of a game, putting up the numbers. Could possibly get invited for the Heisman Trophy dinner. And you got "dude" written all over your body. I don't care how mad you are at me, how mad we are at each other. But we in the eye of the public, of the people, won't nobody know what's going on. See that right there? That's beyond a red flag. That's a red flag, yellow flag, orange flag, black flag. That's a damn flag. That relationship is over right there. Over. Embarrassing. Can you imagine what he has to go through to defend that on his social media platform? I tell you what. And also I learned over the holiday break, this verbiage is back out there. It's back. I thought it was gone. The sports jinx. It's out there. It's out there, kids. It exists. Sometimes the fans, we blame ourselves. We weren't there in time for the game. You didn't wear your favorite uniform. She washed your underwear. Where's my sports bra at? What did you do my dad's hat? We have every excuse in the world when our team loses and we have nothing to do with it. Why do we do that to ourselves? I mean, it's crazy that I really think that the Denver Broncos lost a Super Bowl because I went to the movies before the game instead of watching the entire 12-hour pregame. It's crazy to believe that I blame myself for the Denver Broncos losing because the Navy had me work that day. But I still believe both of those are true. But for the people out there, I understand your sports jinx. I get it. It's not a laughing matter, but it takes therapy. It takes the fact of you understanding what you're doing to yourself to get over it. But in the end, we will survive. So watching all these football games in college on the long extended holiday weekend, which was phenomenal, which was great. I'm not complaining at all. But here's something I keep noticing in college football when they're commentating the game. This is what they say, for instance. That's an impressive run right there. You know, Tyrone Jackson is from Bethune, out of Bethune, Georgia. You know, when he was 9 years old, his mom was killed in a drive-by shooting. But now, you know, he's on mass communications, and right now his senior day for him. So congratulations to him. What the? Wait a minute. Hold on. Here's Malachi. Malachi Johnson is out of California by way of adoption. You know, both his parents went to prison when he was at a young age. What? Why did he bring it? What does that got to do with the play? They had a 21-yard run, one hell of a catch. Why? Why do they need that to sell the story? I wanted to cry in the game the other day. His mom got shot in a drive-by shooting. He's raising his two siblings. What they got to do with the game, bruh? I don't get the commentators that do that. To what? For what? Why? I don't. Every weekend it happens. You could be looking at the TV when the play happens. You could be in the other room preparing a meal, making yourself a drink. or rolling something up. But we hear that verbiage every damn weekend. I want to know why. Why we never hear about Todd Thompson? You know, his mom was a former stripper, but she married his dad, who was a banker's financial advisor president. Why we never hear about that? Why we always got to be Malik? Tata. Why? If you're going to do that for this demographics, do it for everybody. Do it for everybody. Don't be that way. This is one quote I heard in college football this week, and I think we can all take a little piece from this. Just a little piece from this. It's not where you're located. It's where you are. It's not where you're located. It's where you are. That's deep. That speaks volumes on the people that are always concerned about other people's shit instead of being concerned about your own shit. It's just like people that take care of their car, their kids, their car, their pet, their boat, their truck, but they don't take care of themselves. Why do we do that? There are people out here that will feed their animal before they feed themselves. Not animal food either, human food. Before they feed themselves. There are people that take care of their car that ain't take care of themselves. You take your car to get a diagnostics check, but you won't go to the doctor to get a checkup. Okay. We're gonna keep this train moving because I came heavy loaded today. I came with it because you give me that much time off, we have nothing to do but what? Have fun together. Well, again, college football, sports in general, when you play at a high level, it changes everything. And we saw the debacle of high-level competition in college football this past weekend. Your parents ever told you, I'm going to leave you the house now. Don't let nobody come over here. And don't be having a bunch of people in my house. I left you $20 on the table. There's plenty of food here. We'll be back Sunday. Love you. Okay. How'd that turn out? I feel as though that's what happened in college football this weekend. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fights. 10. And the reason why you can answer that from a player's perspective, a coaching perspective, a fan, a parent, coach, all kind of angles you can look at it. But I put it up there with the military mentality, the way they teach you and train you to defend this and defend that, stand up for this, stand up for that, brotherhood, teamwork, believe in the shield, believe in the brand, believe in the message that we're putting out here at this university. And you buy into that, Don't you let nobody come in your house and disrespect you. You got to deal with that mentality. But I think this past weekend, college football took it way too far. You know, a few years ago, when Baker Mayfield did it, as a college football fanatic, I love all of it, love it all, love everything about it, from going to the game to tailgating, covering it, debating it, whatever it may be. But when Baker Mayfield did it, it was kind of different. When you from somewhere and they didn't want you and you go somewhere else and you beat them, it's personal. That was a little emotional. What happened this past weekend, they took it too far. So now college football is going to step in. The same way they stepped in with the goalpost, $250,000 fine for the teams that allow the fans to do that. I think they ought to come away with the breakaway, or they hit the button and somebody's going to ground. Either way. Or get creative like, I can't remember the college or university. You can't take it out of the stadium. You can take it down, but you can't take it out of the stadium. It's impossible. Okay, I get that. But with the flag, planting of the flag, the Michigan-Ohio State game, well, we all know what should have happened. The Ohio State should have won. That would have never happened. I don't understand how a team that paid over $20 million for coaches and players to build that program, to lose to a team that could not throw the ball at all. Michigan could not throw the ball. They had no quarterback, none. They had nobody. That was basically the ones and twos versus maybe lower threes and fours on Michigan. But as I said on the College Football Breakdown show on Saturday morning, it's going to be a low-scoring game because they know each other too well. But the fact that the Ohio State had time to prepare for a team they knew was not going to throw the ball, so many questions. So many questions. If you win the games, none of that happens. None of that happens. Just like with NC State, North Carolina. Now, I don't know what started that shit show. Why them two schools fighting beyond me. K-State and Iowa State. Miami and Syracuse got the throwing hands. For one, Miami should have won the game. Nebraska and Iowa. Well, that's unsportsmanlike on a whole new level. When you don't want to shake my hand, that's a whole nother level of disrespect right there. Whole new level of disrespect. Then you had Bama and Auburn, Virginia and Vatech, Florida and Florida State. The list goes on. It was just, it's like the whole college football weekend was toxic. Great games, great competitions. The story ending, the players, is this it? Senior day? Bye-bye? What's next for you? What's the next chapter? Coaches getting fired, coaches leaving, transfer portal, schools open. All kind of scenarios went around the whole weekend, but the main thing folks are talking about, the broils, the disrespect. What is college football going to do now? Thank you, TikTok. What